because you may see something that the shot spotter technology can't see. It just lets us know how many rounds were fired. It gives us an 82-foot radius to look for the rounds, and it gives us like the address of where it happened. But it doesn't tell us if they left in a car, what color car, how many people got in the car. Those are things that you can help us out with. So please, every now and then, look out your window at night. Just survey your area, make sure everything looks how it's supposed to look. Because you guys live in the neighborhood, so you're familiar with what cars belong, what cars don't. You're familiar with, hey, I see this car come around this same time every night, or I've never seen this car before. So if you see anything that looks off, if it looks off to you, then it's worth us checking out. You can never call 911 too much. All right, they get paid to answer the phone. That's what they do. So give them some work so they won't be up there taking a nap. So like I said, if you see anything suspicious, just call us. Call that non-emergency number. They'll get somebody out there quickly, and we will be in the area being nosy trying to figure out what's going on. Anybody got any questions?
Repeat that number, please.
803-252-2911. Yeah. So. Look, it's a direct number to dispatch. So dispatch is in a room about this size, like 20, 30 people, all of them got 4 or 5 computers they're looking at. So 911 calls, of course, get priority, but that number will get you in contact with somebody who's not currently on a 911 call. So they can still answer the phone when they're not on a 911 call, but if you call 911 and the 911 line, they're all on a 911 call, you're not gonna get through. So just call that number if it's not too big of an emergency, and somebody that's a dispatcher will still pick up the phone if they're not tied up on a 911 call. And I will tell you, if you do call 911, because I've got a couple complaints about 911 and them taking forever to answer the phone, but they get a ton of calls. Okay, I don't know if you guys are able to go up there and watch what they do, but you will have a newfound respect for people who talk on the phone if you go up there to dispatch, because the phone rings all the time. All the time. I mean all the time. When I came in here, we had like 6 calls holding from people calling 911, and that's just on this side of Bristol County. That's not Garnish Ferry, Broad River, Blackwood, Hopkins, like that's just this side. So they are extremely busy, so kind of have some grace and some patience with them, but they will get through whenever they get off the 911 call. So that's my little spiel about that. But you guys have been doing good. I don't have any crime stats. My apologies. I don't work for the city, but as far as Bristol County, you guys are doing good. Sorry, you got anything?
I'm with you.
All right, so yeah, just help us out. You see something, say something.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Still see the city, so we're gonna just carry on. All right. Let's get to some announcements. The November election is coming up. Can y'all hear me? The November election is coming up, and I was told, I didn't know this, but apparently, if you haven't voted in a couple years, we have a thing where you're automatically taken off the tax rolls, I've been told. So this is just a gentle reminder. You got a couple months to the election. Go re-register. If you haven't voted in a couple of cycles, go re-register. Make sure you're still on the voting roll. So by the time you actually show up in November to vote, you'll be able to cast your vote.
They can also go to vote411.org and check their registration, make sure everything's copacetic.
Vote411 .org. Okay. Vote111.org.
I think vote.org also has
SC Votes?
You can go, SC Votes is the other thing. The Vote 411 is League of Women Voters. It'll take you to your state and give you all the information you need. It's just easy to remember.
scvotes.org or 411.
Vote 411.
Vote411.org. There we go. I'm getting through. Anyway, that's just a good reminder. Election's coming up. Plan on voting. Make sure to check your voter registration so you make sure you'll be eligible to vote. All right. If y'all will remember, probably a couple meetings ago now, I told y'all about, so you go down Clement Road where it meets Westwood, but across the other side from Westwood is Mountain Drive. So that road that kind of curves up, it goes back to a bunch of woods back there. There's some houses at the top of the hill and all. There's a lot of empty land over there, and there is a developer eyeing that land for a subdivision. If some of y'all live in that area, y'all might have seen there's a lot of construction going on over there right now. I inquired about that. That is not the subdivision. They did annex that property into the city. So that property is now in the city. That was annexed in June. They haven't got all their approvals and stuff for the subdivision yet. That construction over there now is the old Eau Claire wastewater plant. The city is doing work over there. They're paving a road over there to get better access to the old plant. I don't know what their actual plans are. I didn't get that kind of information, but just letting y'all know that is what the construction is over there. It has to do with the old Eau Claire wastewater plant that is abandoned. They are going to be paving the road, so there will be some heavy construction over there for the time being. Any questions about that? Okay. I have a couple of other kind of general announcements from things. Put this on Instagram earlier, but we have the City of Columbia Community Development Department. Sorry, Veronica, I'm stepping on your toes here for this one. They are hosting a home buyer workshop at the Busby Community Center. That is for budgeting and the importance of saving and the home buying process for first-time home buyers. It's a home buyer workshop hosted by the city. That is on Wednesday, August 21st, from 6 to 8 at the Busby Street Community Center. I know that doesn't apply to almost everybody here probably, but just want to pass that along. We still have our mobile market that is coming every Monday. It's always inopportune to announce it in the evenings after the mobile market has come, but if you put it in your calendar now, it'll be back next week on Monday. It's right there in Hyatt Park, down on the south side of the park.
Yeah, I want to mention on that I went over there today, and it turned out there's a new person over there who is doing barbecue. So if you want to get some barbecue for lunch, you can go over to the mobile market, and it's Jordan's Catering LLC, and they said they're going to give away their food next week until it's gone. So if you want a free lunch, go on over to the mobile market and have some barbecue and buy some stuff.
And Bob, what are the hours of the mobile market?
Mobile market is 11 to 4 now.
11 to 4 on Mondays, so right there in Hyde Park. Kind of tacking over that, y'all know Pitch Incorporated and Christy Jordan, who runs that, has been doing a great job as well, providing food in our area. Pitch is hosting a what does she call a farmer market pop-up shop for Hyde Park this month. It'll be a first come, first served basis this Saturday, or sorry, not this Saturday, the next Saturday, August 31st at 10 a.m. They say it's typically a large crowd, so they recommend you get there early if you want to get a spot in line. And Jamaica, am I correct? Understanding that is free food.
Yeah, produce.
Free produce from farmers in South Carolina. So great, that is a great thing that Pitch is doing. So get the word out if you know folks, especially that are in need. Free produce at Hyde Park, August 31st. That's Saturday at 10 a.m. Pitch is also hosting a fundraiser for Black Philanthropy Month. It's to help raise money for their operations and Pitch's operations and bringing food to our community. I don't know how to share this with you other than to say I have a flyer that actually doesn't have a date on it, but it does have a link. So I guess I can share that on Facebook actually and get that out to you. I don't know how to share the link out here. I'll put that on Facebook, so just be looking out for that tonight when I send our meeting recap. But Pitch is hosting a fundraiser. Their goal is to raise $2,500, so any little bit you can pitch in, just through Midlands Gives. You can just use their website. We'll help them get to their goal. Any questions about our announcements or any other announcements for the good of the order? Veronica, is there any city announcements this week?
Yes.
Yeah, why don't you can come up if you'd like.
Good afternoon. Hopefully everyone is doing well. On tomorrow, you're invited to the Riverfront Gateway Improvement. It will be at 1115 Gitz Street, August 20th, which is tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. This is going to be the next part of the expansion for the Riverwalk. So this will be tomorrow. You are invited. It is 1:30 p.m. 1115 Gitz GIST Street. On Friday, we will be having our lemonade and popcorn for our mayor's breast cancer awareness. It will be held at the payment center. So if you wanna come out, a box of popcorn is $2, lemonade is $3. So we're having a fundraiser for the breast cancer awareness, which will be, the breakfast will be in October, but we will be there on Friday from noon until 2. Also on Friday, we are continuing our small business owners with the Food Truck Friday. So we have several businesses. Tom's Creek Mobile Market will be there again with his fresh fruits and vegetables with, that's what he was saying about the food giveaway. This Saturday, you want an opportunity to dump Mayor Rickman? It's your lucky day. We're gonna have our Sister Care Saturday. We are partnering with our second year of raising donations for Sister Care, which is the biggest arm for domestic violence survivors in the state of South Carolina, as we prepare for our walk in October. So that will be at Soda City from 10 to 1 on Saturday. Please come out. These are the items that we are collecting for the toiletry drive. And the Mayor's Walk Against Domestic Violence is the first Saturday in October, and it will be, a lot of people recognize it as Page Ellington Park. It's right there on the grounds of Bull Street where Secret baseball field is. So those are the announcements from the city. Thank you so much for sharing the information in regards to community development, the home buyer workshop, which will be this Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Busby Street Community Center. Thank you so much for allowing me to come and make those announcements, and these flyers are in the back. Thank you again.
Thank you, Veronica.
Thank you.
All right, any other announcements somebody has for the good board? Veronica, is this?
I can't take a picture of myself, you know, it's not selfie day anymore, so. I take pictures of you all.
All right. Let's see. Hyatt Park report?
Raleigh and Renee wanted to thank the Hyatt Park Neighborhood Association for paying for the summer camp.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Got a couple of that.
Y'all remember we sponsored a camper this year at the Hyatt Park Summer Camp, seeing as how the city's, you know, it was a higher fee than it used to be, and also our neighbor association pitched in to sponsor one child for the entire summer, which I thank Betsy Newman specifically for spearheading all that too, so I'm gonna make sure she gets this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Also, we also having a back to school bash. I know the kids are back in school, but I was out of the country the first week of August. I wasn't able to do our back to school bash, and we were all charged to do a back to school bash. So it is this Saturday from 11 to 2. I'm asking the neighborhood to donate some school supplies if they can. I got a couple of people donating book bags for me. But if you can come out, you're supposed to have some gentlemen cutting hair, hopefully nail people come again, get your nails done. 3D Academy, a studio, that's a new studio that teaches kids how to do nails. They did our nails for our Love and Laughter Festival. So they're coming out again to do the nail for the community. Pitch won't be there this week because she's out of town. So we will have the fruits and vegetables, but she's gonna do it on the 31st. But if you wanna come out, volunteer, please come out. I know my kitchen crew, I got some flyers, you can post it on your Facebook, just to share it. Got a few copies. Come on out. Also this week, we had someone to vandalize our building on the back side, where the greenery is. It looked like gang sign. I'm not sure if it were. It was in red lining. I got a picture on my phone. Police officer, I did call the non-emergency number, and I spoke to Officer Sandra from dispatch, and she was concerned about the lighting and the trees on that side. So maybe we can talk to Mr. Kenya. Mr. Davis is no longer with us. Randy Davis is no longer with us. So Mr. Kenya is in charge of everything. He will come out and speak to the neighborhood So maybe you can write a letter to Kenya about the lighting, because we do have camera on the building, but it don't pick up anything on the backside. And so it had to be somebody, a teenager, we don't know, we can't speculate, but they said some choice words and red graffiti, and I'm not sure exactly what it meant, but it was on our building, on the backside. So I'm just saying, with security wise and with my staff, we just definitely need to have more lighting and maybe cut some of the trees down, because that was a concern to one of the officers, she mentioned to me. So as a community, I know the community speaks, they kind of move a little quicker than my voice. So just where we can kind of push lighting back there, because it's supposed to bring our playground. And we have playground back there, we just need more lighting, maybe cut some trees down in the back, just do something, or I say that after, when it get dark. So I do have it on the phone, not sure what it said, but.
I'm happy to write a letter, asking for more security. Any objections to that? Writing a letter on behalf of the neighborhood, copy the city councilwoman, mayor, and our new parks director, so.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So just wanted you guys to know some of the changes that could be happening.
Yeah.
But so far, that's it, the back to school bash. Right now, we got a lot going on, got line dancing, Zumba, not Zumba, but we got Toastmasters over there, got soccer, got baseball going on, so it's very crowded over there, there's not a lot going on. But you're welcome to come out anytime you need to.
And, Jamaica said that they are already cleaning up the, vandalism, graffiti or whatever off the side of the building, so that started already today. So they did get moving on that quickly. Jamaica, can I ask you too, we sent a letter about, making sure the name, on the park building, of Leroy Moss was displayed prominently. Have we heard anything since about that?
No, they stopped talking even about the playground.
Okay.
I mean, I've already picked out what we supposed to have. They told me that it's supposed to be starting the process, like clearing out back there by the pavilion. They haven't done anything. And I know the new fiscal year already kicked in, so I don't know the whole lot. So of course you could probably mention that, what's
Add
going
that to the
on
letter, yeah.
with the playground and the sign for Mr. Moss.
Yeah.
But nobody's
Okay.
not saying anything.
It's gonna be a longer letter. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get on that stuff and try to get that all figured out.
Okay.
Thank you, Jamaica. Any questions for Jamaica? All right. Well, thank you for that. Let's get to our guest speakers tonight. I'm gonna bring up Dr. Moore first. Dr. Richard Moore is a candidate for the Rich County School District, District 1 School Board. So if you'd like to come up and let him speak, and then give you all a chance to ask him some questions.
Good evening. My name is Richard Moore. I have been with Richland County School District 1 since first grade. So that's been a long time, and I kind of know a good bit about the district. As you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. People are not as happy with the district as we would like them to be. My biggest concern is that we seem to be talking about everything but student achievement. And the students, you know, we look at test scores, which is not the be-all and end-all of everything, but that's the way we're judged. And we look at test scores, and we seem to be celebrating the fact that our test scores are up. But what I think we need to be looking at is that we are pretty much right at or below the state average, and the state average is 50% of our students failing. And that's just not, to me, that's just not acceptable. And I think we need to pay some more attention to that. I think the way you pay attention to that is to have the administration have programs that provide effective and safe and nurturing classrooms for teachers and for students, and schools where parents feel welcome and involved. And I'm not sure that those are the things that are going on right now. In fact, I know in a lot of cases they are not the things that are going on. And what we see happening is a school board that seems to be satisfied with the status quo of an administration that's been there now since 2017. And you would think that, I know COVID was in there in the middle and everybody talks about that, but we need to understand that we, in my opinion, if we've had really good stuff going on, then we would have made some more progress. So I hear a lot of people talk about making changes in the district. This year, there are 4 seats that are available on the District 1 school board. 2 of them are for specific districts, the district that Jamie Devine represents and the district that Ms. Harris represents, Cynthia Harris. Those 2, that's out in the Lower Richland area. Those 2 are for those districts. The other 2 seats are at-large seats, and that is the seat held by Ms. Clyburn and the seat held by Ms. Myers. And I am an at-large candidate, which means anybody in the district can cast their vote for at-large candidates. It is a nonpartisan race, so we want to always remind everybody that if you vote a straight party ticket, which some people do, you need to keep scrolling till you get to the nonpartisan races. And I always tell everybody, you know, keep scrolling till you get to my name, and then you can vote for me, and that'll help take care of that. I have had experience in the district as a student, as a teacher, as an administrator at both the school level and at the district level, and then also as a parent, and now as a grandparent and a volunteer. My 8 grandchildren, one of whom just graduated from Dreher, cover about 5 or 6 schools in the district. So I have a lot at stake here personally, as well as just my own personal belief that we need to do the right thing for every student in the district. And I'm not sure that that's what's happening right now. So what I would ask is that if you would like to see some change in the district, then we need to support these candidates that are out there. And we can make some real changes this year. I have information here on this little card about how to get in touch with me. I didn't put a lot of personal information on here because if you really want to know the personal stuff, you can look on my website and find it out. Mainly, this is just a statement of my concerns about how things ought to be. If you are interested in yard signs, we have those. You can text me, or you can email me at the addresses that are on here, and we'll be glad to work with that. I will be glad to come out and speak to whatever group is out there that might be interested in learning more about what's going on with the district and what I see as the issues. So you be sure you take one of these. I have a website and a Facebook page, and they both contain a lot of information. I try to keep up with the school board meetings as they go on now. We've been attending those and trying to comment on some of the things that we have noticed or seen. And we really need to build more confidence in the community, in the school board. And the only way to do that is to change things from the way they've been going. So vote for me on November 5th, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that anybody's got. And we'll also hang around a few minutes. I'll let you get back to your business, but we'll hang around a few minutes if anybody wants to come over and talk. But any questions about any of that? What's that?
Yeah, I would like to hear a conversation.
Okay. Okay. Feel free to call me, text me, email me. I'll be glad to respond and tell you what I feel like some of the concerns are. And hopefully we'll be able to make a big change and really help the kids benefit from their time in our schools. Oh, one last thing. I know there are people who will say, I don't have any children in the schools. My children are grown. I don't have grandchildren in the schools. I'm in private school. I'm in a charter school. I don't have children, never plan on having children, and I, think the school board needs to leave me alone. Well, as you know, good schools are important to every community because we need to have an educated workforce. We need to attract businesses and new people. And in order to grow economically, we have to have kids who are ready to start businesses and work in businesses. And if we don't have schools doing that, that affects everybody. I'm fond of saying to people, everybody doesn't have a fire at their house, but nobody argues that we need a fire department. Everybody's not the victim of a crime, but nobody argues about supporting a police department. Well, everybody might not benefit directly with their students from having good schools, but everybody as a community member and a taxpayer in this area benefits from our schools being the best they can be. Thank you.
And like a said he's gonna stick around for a few minutes too, if anyone wants to, speak and get more detail. Captain Bostic from the fire department, what's going up?
Good evening. Thanks for the opportunity, Mrs. Ziegler, to come out about two or three minutes, talk about the community engagement, side of the Columbia Fire Department. And I'm Captain James Bostic. I've been with the City of Columbia Fire Department for 25 years now. And Chief Jenkins came to me about 3 months ago about doing some more community engagement. You see the fire truck running up and down the road and going back and forth and maybe attending a national night out here and there. But really, what is community engagement? Community engagement is going to the Zumba and the yoga classes, participating at the local, gyms, reading to the schools, public fire education, our smoke detector program, educating the citizens on what it takes to have a safer Columbia. So we're excited about the program. My job is to go around and try to hit as many community meetings as I can. We're going to involve the battalion chiefs. We're going to involve the fire engines. So you're going to see the men and women that serve the community that we serve. So like here, right across the street is Station 13. You get to meet Station 13. It's crew first, second, and third shift. So it's 12 firefighters that work that station. We want you to know them by their first name, kind of get engaged with them, family, kind of get in, so the program is kind of nervous talking in front of people sometimes. But like I said, we're excited by the leadership of Chief Albert D. Jenkins on this program, and we're going to, I got a telephone number, if you want to write it down, my contact number is 803-608-7349 is and my email address is james.bostic@columbiase.gov. And another number I would like to write down is Captain Ariel Thomas. Captain Thomas is over the fire and smoke detector program. So if you would like a smoke detector installed in your home at no price to the citizen, depending on what size the home is how many smoke detectors you get from 1 up to 4. Her number is 803 521-0558. She's in the fire marshal's office. Like I said, I'm not gonna stay around to the end. I have to go, but the son has to be picked up by 8 o'clock. But we're gonna, you got the contact information if you need to reach me. Like I said, we're just excited to partner with the Hyatt Park community, and be a part of what you have going on. We don't wanna just come out in August for the National Night Out. We wanna see you maybe one time a month. You're having something in your local community at the gym or something. So that's what we're here for. Everybody knows Chief Jenkins, but it's 454 firefighters. So it's our job to get out to make sure that maybe not all 454, but a good bit of us. This is our community, right? And I didn't realize 3 months ago how important community was. For 25 years, we've got an in out fire truck here, medical calls, structure fire, but I really learned, Belmont community was my first community, how close-knit the communities are. And, it makes me feel proud, to be part of the City of Columbia community. I'm a part of the Belmont community as well. So any questions for me?
What was your email again?
James.Bostic@columbiasc.gov, no K.
No K.
No K.
How's recruiting? How many people you got?
Recruiting? Yeah. We're about 40 positions short on the recruiting side. Yeah, we got a class that started August. We got another class that will start January the 27th. We hire 2 classes a year, January and August. We got another class that starts January of 2025. Which by that time, if we lose anybody, retirements come, we'll probably be a little more than 40. We'll probably average between 25 and 30 per recruit class. So we're gonna get there. Hopefully by the end of 2025, we could be maybe not 100%, but maybe about 97, 98% staff. So we're coming. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A few months ago, that outfit that was installing fiber optic cable got shut down by the chief. Do you remember that? Are you familiar with that situation?
No, sir.
They were taking out water lines and breaking stuff underground, and the chief put a stop to it. I was just wondering what happened, if they've been turned loose again to install cable.
Oh, I'm not sure. No, sir. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it happened at Forest Acres, and then he stopped it. But I think those people went over to Lexington County, over to Lexington, and they're having problems over there with them.
Okay, I don't wanna tell you no bad information, I'm not sure about that, but the next time I come, I do plan to bring some, fire statistics, maybe not the medical side, but the fire, maybe fire alarms in the area, any structure fires we have going on, commercial or residential. So kind of give you an idea of kind of what kind of calls we run in the Hyatt Park community per month. And maybe, we got a new fire data analyst just started, so they're able to get that information to us to pass out.
We're gonna add you to our email list.
That's right, yes, sir.
I have a quick question, I hope, and that is just, like with, it's the engine company 13 is
Yes,
right
sir.
over here, right?
Yes, sir.
What do they need? What kind of support could the community offer to them?
What kind of support can the community offer the Engine 13? That's a good question.
Yeah.
A lot of times, our neighborhood bring food during the week to the firefighters. Or like I said, the biggest part is, going over there and getting to meet them. Like I said, they're there for 24 hours. They're there from 7:45 one morning to 7:45 the next morning. But it's 3 different crews. So get to meet everybody on the crew. Every shift has a captain, who runs the shift. So just kind of get to know who they are, and they're kind of open up to you. Some, I guess some are 40, 54, some probably more engaging than others. But that's part of the program. We did a lot of things in the past. We go to the event, call, come in, we don't come back to the event. Now we're tasking, once the emergency is over, go back and finish what you started until the event is over. Yes. And the fire truck will stay in service. So if they come to your event and a call come in, they will leave, but they're instructed by the fire chief to come back. Yeah. No fire truck is going out of service for an event. So we'll stay in the service. See the hand in the back? Station 13, yes, ma'am. Yes, oh yeah, they like that. Like I said, just engage with the community. Anything that we can do, like I said, invite them to the yoga and the Zumba class you have over here. They'll come over because we work out, 1 hour per day. So they might change the workout schedule to come over and work out.
I don't think I'm covered by engine, or number 13. I think I'm closer to Sunset.
Ladder 7. This will be the first engine you get. So from this way is be the ladder truck. This is gonna be the first engine between 13 and 1. And ladder 7 is the one right here going up near Confederate and Main Street.
Right.
Ladder 7. Yeah. But engine wise, 13 will come. And then when you get to know more about the fire department, when the call come in, what call for service, you get a ladder, you get an engine, you get a rescue. How many do I get on the second alarm? How many do? A lot of people don't know the second alarm is the same amount of trucks that came on the first alarm. If we brought 4, we call the second alarm, now it's gonna be 8. Third alarm, now it's gonna be 12. So we just add the same package, we call them packages, to whatever alarm comes in. So the more we get to engage with the community, the more you get to know, what does this tool do? Firefighter for the Day program. We just did a 2-week program with the Urban League from July the 22nd to August the 2nd. Taking them 911, emergency operating center, payroll, HR, so they was involved in a lot of the city government. City hall tours, meeting assistant city managers. And the latest thing we have is the new fire program at C.A. Johnson High School. We have 4 fire programs that the City of Columbia sponsors. That's C.A. Johnson, in District 1 is C.A. Johnson, Lower Richland. And then in District 2 is Westwood, and Lexington, Richland, District 5 is the Cape Center. So we're grooming those ladies and men to come out after 3 years and become firefighters at the national level. Yeah. So we do some good things. We do some good things. But you have my email address. If you have any questions, any service that you need that you think the fire service render that you don't know how to get to, I can get you there. Any more questions?
Yeah, where my fire at?
I can get you one of them too. All right, go. Yes, ma'am. October 1, National Night Out. Yes, ma'am. I think, like I said, a lot of the city National Night Out has moved to that day, so we're gonna be out. We're gonna be spread it out. We're gonna come see you. Yes, ma'am. We plan to be out there. I didn't know about Saturday, but I will put out. Did you for fire truck? Y'all request a fire truck out there?
I don't think I did, but I mean,
okay.
If they want to come out,
yeah.
I don't turn nobody.
And the fire truck is requested through it. It's no cost. It just got to go on the website and it's helping us keep track of where our fire trucks go in the community engagement that we do.
I talked to the area before because y'all did a program before at Hyatt.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
with, Benji.
That's right.
Yeah, so
And
he
I'm-
wanted to do the operation, he did it, but he didn't do it in a while lately with the firefighters. Yeah, I had it at Hyatt one year.
So I might call you tomorrow and shoot that link to you, just so you can fill it out, so we make sure we're there.
Okay.
Make sure we're covered.
That's-
That's all I have.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, that's great information. Glad to hear our city fire department is being so proactive. It's good to hear. All right, let's move on to some neighborhood association business. Unfortunately, we have a treasurer's report and a membership committee report, and I don't have my treasurer here or my membership committee chair, so we will move on past those, and I have not received treasurer's report. All right, National Night Out Committee, we're getting close. How's it going, Pat?
Well, it's going through, but I just have to go back over and reconfirm everything due to, the tornado I heard from whatever happened. And so I'm just reconfirming it.
All right,
But as it stands, yes and yes.
and you got your volunteers?
Oh, yes.
All right.
I can at least, I hope. I have to recall one. The one ski I know for sure, but there's two others that I have to make contact with.
Okay, and I just want to repeat for the crowd, what night it is and what time?
October first, the first week of October, the first day of October, from 6 until 8. For those who have setting up, be there at 5 o'clock.
Okay. And if they want to volunteer, they should contact you.
Yes, I got my volunteers ready.
All right. Any questions for Pat and the National Night Out Committee? All right. Let's go on to beautification. And our beautification chair in the way back.
Well, I probably need to get in committee meeting with them to talk about some things that we have some houses that have been vacant for 10 years or more, and I don't know how we need to tackle that, because apparently, the code enforcement people are probably need something to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would have to get with you on that. And we do have, a couple of houses that they just didn't touch or have not corrected some of the, code enforcement issues that I've had to address.
Okay.
So I'll get with you on that.
All right.
Can I ask what area? Ma'am, can I ask you what area? On LaMarche or Ridgewood or, I already talked to people about that. And they don't touch it. Even the new governor, even the new mayor, ain't did that, he said something about it. Okay. I touched on that 4 years ago. Get with me and I'll add that to my list, whatever you have.
Jamie, after they've been vacant a certain amount of time, if they declare a loss, they just take them off the address off it's off everything.
Yeah.
It's like if the house is still there and it's like it doesn't even exist. Unless you see it.
Yeah, we need to kind of address that with, David Hacker and see what we can do with that. And I'll talk to you.
Yeah, y'all let me know, what property you're talking about, and we'll brainstorm, come up with a way to address it with the city, so. Any other, concerns about beautification or questions for Janie or the beautification committee?
Any update on the sign that disappeared over here?
I've not heard anything. Has anybody else? I've not heard from our city police department. I mean, I'm not sure what they're gonna do. I don't know where it went. So, yeah, I have nothing on it. I wish somebody to do something about it other than we actually need to get a new one. So it wasn't insured, obviously, so. It might have to be in our next grant request, which we would have talked about tonight, if Mimi were here, but, anyway. So, yeah, but if I hear something, I'll let you know. Okay, Hyatt Park Committee, Lyman's not here, I don't think we, we'll just move that over, that's gonna be the new business, we'll get to that at the end here. Talk about what we need to do, sounds like we already have a couple things to address with the city, with Jamaica's concerns, and then we need to get the city, with the city about what improvements we want to see, so. Let's, move on to new business, an update on the trash at the food station on Summerlee. I talked to, what is his name? Benjamin Wilt at the city water department, who's in stormwater. They're the ones who do do the trash and the food program and all that. That station on Summerlee that we, as a neighborhood sponsored, as we talked about last time, I was unaware, and I think all of us were unaware that when we said we'd get a trash and food station, we thought it would just be a bag dispensary for doggy bags. We had that person who was out there scandalously throwing dog poop bags into people's trees, and I believe a phase yard. I think you get one. Someone on your wasn't on your house, like there's someone on your street right there had one in their tree, just throwing it into bushes and into his yards. Anyway, that seems to have stopped. We do have a trash and food station, however, it also comes with a receptacle and a trash bin that we didn't realize we would have, and so luckily the Wells Loggers and Julie and Ellen have all agreed to go out there and help and pick it up for the meantime. So we have two options. This is what I talked to Benjamin Wiltz about. We can obviously, keep the trash bin and continue sponsor that ourselves and throw the trash out. We can also just remove it. We can remove the receptacle part so that's not there, and people can still go walk back to their houses and throw the trash bags into their own garbage bins, and so that we don't have to have neighbors, volunteers to take care of it. I'll tell you all personally, I think it's a better idea to take the receptacle off, just because I'm not confident that we're going to maintain keeping it up, and if the person who's taking care of it stops taking care of it, it's going to be sitting there, it's somebody else's problem. So my personal preference is to just take it off. That city says that's not a big deal if we do that. It's not going to violate any agreement or anything. That's just our choice. So I want to pose that to the group and ask what y'all want to do about it.
Here, here.
Debbie, especially like to hear from y'all. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about taking it off is we don't have the bags all over the streets anymore where people are picking up the dog poop, putting it in a bag and dropping it, which is what was happening. They would sort of choose a house and they would let it pile up at that house, and then they'd move to a different house or a tree, throw it or a vacant lot, whatever. So we had these little pockets all over the neighborhood where there were little trash piles of dog poop bags. We don't seem to have that now. People are actually putting their bags in the receptacle. Personally, I'd rather it continue so that we can not see poop bags scattered around our neighborhood. Because otherwise, we're not going to change the behavior.
Okay.
I would also like there to be a trash bin near it, but there isn't, and so we're figuring that out.
Yeah, that's the other problem is, having the receptacle there, it's not like the city comes and picks the trash up like, does the rest of our trash and all. Someone's got to go physically take that nasty bag out of there and go put it in their own trash can, which is why I'm concerned that we're not going to keep that up over the course of time. Debbie has been helping do some of that, and so her vote obviously is to keep it. So with that consideration, any other comments about it or questions?
I think it's less for her to pick up. I mean, just because I get a lot of trash and I'm walking. I mean, if it's just the one bag, that's a lot easier for you than going around to 3 different spots to pick up food.
Well, it's not a bag, it's a little box that's in there with handles, and you just pull the whole thing, the top sort of slides off, it's a nifty little thing.
Oh, okay.
Pull the little box out and you plop it into a bag, and then you carry that up to, right now we're using Ellen's trash can, because it'd be nice if there was someone closer, but that's what we got, so we use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
Herbie
you said
Kirby.
trash can.
But we don't get another Herbie Kirby for the trash to put station. It doesn't work
Yeah.
that way.
Do we have one?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, they won't give us one for that. We're going to have to ask permission, obviously, if the neighbors who live right there, if they want a trash can full of dog poop in front of their house at all times. So we're going to have to figure that out as well if we try that, if we have an extra trash can.
We do it on Monday, right before trash pickup.
Smart, yeah.
And it only
Yeah.
needs one empty a week.
That's smart.
And we've got a
Does the
team
city
set up.
keep the bags stocked in there?
Well, that was what I was suggesting.
That's our responsibility. That's what we agreed to do, was to.
Right now, it's full of bags, but that will eventually not be the case, and we need to order some more bags.
Yeah, which is what we agreed to do what we didn't agree to do was to have to change trash ourselves. What we agreed to do was refill the bag thing, which, we agreed to do with neighborhood funds, which is no problem. We can totally pull that off.
What does the city city expect you to do when they put this thing up?
I went back and read the website multiple times, I looked through all the materials, it didn't say one time in there anything about us having to go do that ourselves. So I don't know why the city's so glib about that, they should just tell you up front what the program is, but.
Do you talk to any other presidents or organizations, see what they're doing, or?
No, that's a good idea, actually. No, but they say, when I talked to Benjamin Wilkes about it, the idea is someone from the neighborhood has to just agree to do it, to go clean the thing ourselves. That is the city's view of it, which I don't, again, was not apparent, but.
I mean, what's the point of the wrong thing to begin with, or not?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, they have them all over Elmwood.
Oh, do that?
Neighborhood, yeah, because I walk the dogs around there.
I like the idea of having the bags out there, because obviously some people, look, I walk my dogs down Summerlee, and I have walked them down there before, and they've gone to the bathroom, and I forgot bags. It's fantastic to have it around.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I'm just concerned about us keeping up clean there, but, any other thoughts about this?
Keep it going as is until it stops, then take it away.
Yeah, we can also just do that. I don't want an angry neighbor coming and saying, why is there, a receptacle full of dog poop in front of my house? But I mean, if y'all are willing to keep taking care of it, we can just keep it out there and roll with it as we have until.
I'm just making a suggestion since Debbie is, mad and has a plan about emptying it. Maybe when we give it 3 months and see how it goes. And if something changes and you're all unable to do it and there's nobody else that's gonna do it, then remove the receptacle.
Yeah.
We could use one more volunteer.
Okay.
But, just say, we could use one more volunteer, but, my take would be wait until it's broken, not the receptacle, but the process.
Mhm.
If there's a problem, then we stop doing it, as opposed to stopping it at a point where it seems to actually be doing what we hoped that it might do. I was annoyed because I didn't know anything about it going in there, or that's not where I would have wanted it. I would have wanted it next to someone, have someone agree that they wanted it in front of their house. So we'd have a receptacle, but it wouldn't work that way. But as it is, it's working, so why break it, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
I'm fine with that then, if that's what you want to keep doing. Any other thoughts?
Put it on the agenda in 4 months, see that.
Okay. Y'all just let me know if y'all need help with it, and Debbie did say she could use other volunteers, so if anybody lives in that area and wants to help, clean it up. I can certainly try to do it too, if I see it get filled, when I do walk down there, you said Ellen's okay with us emptying it and then tying it, I assume, or whatever, and we need to bring it back to,
Right.
okay, and then dump it in Ellen's, trash can, bring trash can, okay. I will remind myself.
Avondale, it's Avondale, right?
Yeah.
Summerlee.
Summerlee and Avondale.
Yeah.
Down on the Summerlee
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's right in front of, oh, shoot, I forget his name, what else, it's one down from Steve Gentino's house. Right where that creek kind of comes under, almost,
Teresa is the lady.
Tracy, yes. So anyway, okay, well, if that's what the group wants to do, I'm good with it, so we'll just keep on with that, and I appreciate y'all taking on the initiative and helping with that, West Loggers, and Julie and Alan who are here, appreciate y'all helping with that, and, making a good situation out of a kind of an awkward tough one, so thank y'all. Okay, other new business, Pat, you brought up, we have some streets in the neighborhood that aren't marked well. I totally agree that is a problem, so, you wanna tell us what you think?
The storm drains, when it rains, they're flooding, we need somebody to come out and check them out. And that's most important.
Okay, storm drains. All right, anybody know of any storm drains in the area, especially after that hurricane, that, need particular attention? Because I know when I call the city or the state, they're not gonna, they're gonna ask me specifically which ones, so I need to.
The one on,
Alright, hold on. Alright, Bob?
I was just gonna say, the one on, Abingdon at Westwood, it's like
Oh,
down at
yeah.
the bottom of that hill, and it's always full of leaves and stuff.
Okay.
The one on Wildwood Avenue, right at Monticello.
Wild,
west of Monticello.
Elmhurst, not really know how to say where, it's kind of one of the Providence Island houses.
Okay.
Maybe
Elmhurst,
say-
yeah,
maybe
Elmhurst, that
say
little
the
one.
backside of
Yeah.
Providence Island, maybe just say that, because it's near that driveway.
Okay. Pat, did you have any specific streets? You're assuming a whole list, okay.
There's
Yeah.
one on Hazelhurst, corner of Hazelhurst and Belclair.
Yep, and then one on the corner of Hazelhurst and Cumberland, and then there's one in the middle, and all of them flood.
Which street has the ones that fall?
Hazelhurst. And they're right, that's one block, and they're right in between that block. There's
Okay.
one on one corner, one in the middle, one at the end.
And these are all ones that are regularly flooding or are being, blocked, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, they get blocked and then they flood.
Any others? Cause I'm gonna make a big list and send it to the.
Not all of them are maintained by the city.
Right, I'm gonna have to, sometimes my strategy for stuff like this, I'm gonna send an email to the city, the state, and the county and just see who responds. So I
Even
just,
some of them that are within the city limits are not maintained by the city.
Yeah.
I found that out.
It just, this is not the best advice, and this is kind of a smart alecky comment, but I'll tell you, there's one right by my house, I just go clean it myself, because they don't come out enough to do it. I just go there with the, clippers and stuff and clear all the stuff out myself regularly. I did it actually right before the hurricane the other day, so. I'm gonna send this list to the folks, but I'm just gonna tell y'all, if you really need to get clean and you're worried about flooding in your property, you might wanna go do it yourself, at least as much as you can in the meantime.
Could you also mention the culvert on Belclair that floods constantly?
Corner of Dillingham and Belclair.
Thank you.
Say, a culvert at the corner of Bellingham and Belclair.
Yeah, and it just is constantly pouring water across the street every time it rains.
Sorry, I'm not an engineer, what is a culvert, like it's a drain or?
The big drains, the drains empty into this hole, so there's about a 4-foot hole on the side of Belclair. It's hard to miss, it's full of water.
Okay.
Pretty much all the time. And the lot there never gets mowed or the grass cut or anything on in the easement. That easement is not ever maintained.
Yeah, I know right now the mosquitoes are really bad too, so this is a good time to have
Yes,
them cleared
standing
out.
water's
So.
not good.
Yeah, standing water's really bad. All right, any other ones? All right, that's gonna be a nice list for me to give the folks, and Pat, I'll wait on yours before I send it, so. Thank y'all for sharing all that. And this is just such a, if y'all ever had, if y'all are seeing things like this regularly, just please email me. Just send me an email, let me know about it. I'll make sure to find the right people to, raise the issue too, because I've done it before when we've had a lot of the water leaks and stuff. I've literally drove around the entire neighborhood a few years ago and tried to find every water leak I could, and I found like 30 something of them and sent them on with some people's hints and, please define them and all that. But I can't do that all the time, obviously, so I've got to rely on y'all to send me that info when you see something that needs to be addressed infrastructure-wise. Just let me know, and I'll make sure to pass it on to the city and the state. Okay, we have a few more minutes. Let's talk about Hyatt Park. I do wish Lem was here for this, but he's on his normal summer vacation. Well, and Betsy's out here too. I do want to make a list. I'll tell you what we'll do, especially since we're almost up against the hour anyway. I would like to get a meeting together that's specifically just about Hyatt Park. It won't be during our regular meeting time, it's going to be separate. And what we'll do is try to make sure the Parks Department and our city leaders are there as well, and we want to sit them down and go through and just give a checklist of two things. One is the improvements we want to see at Hyatt Park and how they are planning on getting them. I guess just today, who wants to be included in that meeting? Pat?
Okay, now, they have improved both the bathrooms have been improved.
Oh, good. They've done some work on that?
Yeah, they finally finished.
The ones inside the gym? Good.
They gotta put something in the girls' restroom.
Okay.
They haven't did yet.
Okay.
Sanitary napkins, they still have not. They said it was on back order, so it's on the way, so hopefully, but it's already completely done.
Yeah, and we still want to see, you know,
Other
more
stuff.
permits to the gym, and then more
The
permits on the
leakage.
south side, and,
Yeah, it's leaking in
so
the
we have,
gym.
let's get it, what I'll do is we'll get a list together and then kind of confront our city leaders about how we want to see them do it. Anybody else want to be involved in that meeting and, you know, specifically work on that issue? I know, Jenny, I was gonna put you on the email anyway, but you raised your hand, so.
Ty, you have any idea when that meeting will be?
No, that's why I'm gonna try to, yeah, get the group of people together and then see what we do.
I'll be happy if I'm here,
Okay.
that's the problem.
Imagine, yeah,
Okay.
I imagine Betsy would wanna be involved.
I'm gonna make sure Betsy and Lyman are on that email as well. And then just, and Mimi and everyone who's there. But I wanna give the opportunity, but also wanted to have their voice heard about that, you know, specifically, make sure everybody has a chance to talk. All right, anybody else? Jamaica, you'll be in that. You might not be able to say much, but I will make sure to keep you apprised. So that way we'll get that worked on, get that going now that summer's over almost and people are kind of back at things. It's time to get revved up, get our city leads working on Hyde Park. All right, last thing tonight, open floor for members. Any other concerns anybody wants to see addressed? Bob?
Yeah, I just wanted to, it's sort of a report as much as an issue, but Betsy and I and a couple of faculty members from Columbia College met with John Dozier, who's the new president there, a couple of weeks ago. And he is really interested in sort of getting Columbia College more connected to the community. So I was talking about doing some things maybe with some of the college athletes coming over to the community center, maybe doing some workshops over there, something like that, doing some dance things with the community. And then maybe also some possibilities for service projects and that sort of thing in the area. So I just thought that was really exciting that Dr. Dozier is really interested in making more connections with us, and I just put that in your minds, and as we think of opportunities to reach out to them and see if we can get them involved.
Okay, great. Anything else? Barry?
There's some residents at the corner of Duke and Abington, I brought this up before, the people live there, they're blocking the view of the oncoming traffic. They're parking out on the sidewalk. I've talked to the police twice, I talked to the sheriff's department, and I got a feeling they want nothing to do with it.
This is parking, they're parking, blocking.
If you pull up from, on Abington to Duke, going south, you can't see down the road. You have to pull into the road to see what's coming. You're in a disadvantage then. I did come up on a wreck there one day, and I bet $1 to a dime. That's probably what caused it.
We talked to the city police about this, didn't we?
Nothing's happened.
Yeah, but it's parking, their cars are blocking.
My question is that a code enforcement thing, or do you know?
No, I think it's a parking
There's going to be an
violation.
accident there.
Yeah.
Which house are you talking about, when you
It's
pull to the stop
501
sign?
Duke.
When you pull to the stop sign and straight across?
No, I mean, when I pull up to the stop sign and I'm looking down toward Ridgewood, that, to the left, you can't see.
You mean that tree that's, cause the guy on the corner in that two-story house, his trees need to be trimmed, cause you can't see down the street. If I'm pull up to
The big yellow
Abington,
house.
your big yellow house.
No, it's across the street from that.
I think
Yeah, but
Gary's talking about-
that big yellow house with the limbs from his tree, today, when we were coming, you got to pull up almost into the street to see to your left.
I'm gonna let Janie correct me, because she's probably gonna know better, but I believe a tree thing blocking the road is gonna be a code enforcement thing, right? That's a code violation.
You
if it's
can't park on the sidewalk.
And then parking, I believe, would be just traffic enforcement, isn't it?
I just saw it on Facebook post, the whole thing.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You're only allowed to park on it if
It's like 3 cars.
Well, I'll tell you, it wouldn't hurt to tell code enforcement and just ask them if it's something they can look into. Can you, add that one to your list, Janie? And what's the address, Barry?
501.
501
Duke.
501 Duke. Just see if they can. Usually this is, I wish they could just go knock on the door and say, hey, just don't park your car there. So it'd be easier. But, yeah. But let's start there, see if that'll work.
Were they limited on
if the
their
city will
parking
come
for
back to one of our
small
meetings, we will make sure to remind the officers, because I believe the officers could probably also just address that by writing a warning citation and just.
Yeah, I was just trying to find out if it was a code enforcement thing or not.
I don't know if it's a code enforcement, if it's not dealing with traffic, then you have to know whether the street belongs to the state or to the city. And most
Yes.
likely, belongs
That's
to the
it.
state. And so it's not a code violation.
They're not, the cars aren't in that big. I got some pictures of them.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just, if you're allowed to park there or not. I know Duke Avenue has that weird thing where she's got a very large, space on the side, and then I know a lot of people park there, which is fine to me, but, yeah, I understand what you mean, it needs to be, we need to be able to see past the intersections and all, so. Let's start with code enforcement, and then next time the officers are here, let's just remind them to go take a look at that as well, and, go from there. I'm not sure, honestly, who else to tell about it, so that's probably our best options. All right, anything else before we, adjourn? Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you know it or not, but I think you got a new business coming up.
You can't see down the road. You have to pull into the road to see down the road.
Where they lock up, they close the street off. That building sitting right there.
Miller and Maine?
Yeah.
It's the one they just painted it white, and they just hung up some red and
And I
white.
think a business coming, that's the head time to stop.
Oh, that's where they painted white, okay.
Have you seen what it is? Because I haven't noticed it.
My neighbor actually owns that building. Roy owns that. Also has the one that's over here. I'll ask him. I know who's fixing it up, but he hadn't told me that.
Yeah, if y'all get any word about what it is, let me know. I'll have to share about it. And I don't know if y'all saw, if you're on the other side of the neighborhood, on the corner of Westwood and, Clement River and Sunset, there's a new grill popping up there.
Oh, that's the River City.
Oh, okay. Well, keep us in contact with them. That's great. We'd love to have another space in the neighborhood that we can, hold events and all that. So, all right. Anything else before we adjourn? All right. We don't need to vote. Let's say we're adjourned. Thank you all for coming. See y'all next month.
Well, tell the crew I said.